Hey Becky, Becky, Michael, and Brandon. Sorry, I'm going through this document and just want to kind of record my responses and kind of talk about some of the things that I mentioned here. I'm not going to go into the things that I documented, but do want to point out that there's an item here about a question around should paid motions count toward inbound inquiry numbers, and my instinct is no, that we want organic search, organic social, referrals, and direct to be where we count our inquiries from. But I also see how we hand those inquiries, whether they're paid or not, to the demand gen team to MQL. And so, I think that's really a question for Danielle on how we want to approach that. Um, and then, you asked what can we do to attribute inquiries to new projects and ongoing work where we've added trials or other items. So we can do this in Sisense. I think the challenge there is that it's kind of hard to do deep dive data in Sisense from what I've seen. It doesn't mean that it's possible. It's not possible. It just means I haven't seen it, and I'm definitely not qualified to do the work in Sisense. But we can get some of this in Google Analytics. So for any kind of form event, whether it's a trial or resource, anything like that, we can go to Google Analytics, and we can go under the behavior tab to events, to top events, and then when we go here and look at all, of course it decides to be slow down. We can go to event category, we can go to forms, and we can go to event label, and we can say, okay, so self-managed trial. Let's see how many self-managed trials there were. Well, this doesn't really tell us much because it just says submit. So this just tells us how many there were. But then we can go here and we can say, okay, so let's look at landing page. What landing page did people land on before they submitted a trial during this time period? And then what we can do is we can go to advanced here, and we can say, okay, so include, we don't want event action because that's submit. We want landing page containing, and then it would be the URL of whatever page we've been working on. So as an example, let's see if there's anything in topics. I don't know that there is, but let's see. And we hit apply. All right, yeah, so this is a docs page actually. So if somebody landed on docs, topics, auto DevOps, quick start guide, and then hit the trial page. So that's super interesting, right? But you see how you can apply this to ongoing work. So it does take some manual reporting on this, but then once you have it, you can present it and save it. The other option is we can create some Data Studio dashboards that replicate this, so that you could say, okay, I want to see form events, and then you can select form events that have trial in the label, and then you can look at the landing pages in Data Studio, so it's just a repeatable report. The other thing we can look at, so for example on the enterprise page, our motion there is a CTA to the free trial. So if we go back to all events, all event categories specifically, we have a CTA category here. So we click on that, and then it has different types of CTAs, which is great, but we're really looking at the event label here. So this is the page that the CTA click occurred on. So for this, if we go, we can say /enterprise, and this will show us, so it shows us the enterprise page, and that there are 88 total events, 83 unique events for the past week on that page. So we have a free trial, contact sales, and CTAs there. We can even go and add secondary dimension here. We can say go to custom dimensions, or you can just type in the search here. You can say click text, and that'll tell us what people clicked on here. So start your free trial, contact sales. Somebody clicked, 11 people clicked on the get free trial in the, try GitLab free. There must be a get free trial here as well. Get free trials it down here. Oh, right here. Yeah, good. All right, cool. So you can see all that breakdown here. And then let's see, going back to the agenda here. As far as partner pages, what we have is we have this self-serve about.gitlab.com dashboard. And so let me, I actually recorded this video once and then forgot to record my screen, so I had to re-record it. So let me, what you do is you know, go to this page drop down, you unselect pages first, and then you say about.gitlab.com/partners and hit enter. Okay, and now when we hit this button now, it'll only check the pages that are currently in this search result. So we click that, and so now we have what pages people are visiting in that partner section. And we can do this. This is self-serve for any part of the marketing website. This only looks at about.gitlab.com. And so I'm going to add. Actually, I'll do this now. Let me add that link to our agenda. And then we can always update this with additional information. You know, like if you say, "Hey, I really want to know, you know, this thing X," then we can try to find a way to display that on that dashboard. And then CI solutions. So I added this here in the agenda, but I just want to call it out. So this product pages section here, that includes. So we used to have a subfolder that was /product. So about.gitlab.com/product. And it had pages like continuous integration and some other product features. But about a year ago, I noticed that stages of the DevOps lifecycle was garnering a lot more attention, especially from search visitors. And so I decided to try to move the product pages to that folder. So now in stages-DevOps lifecycle, there are pages for continuous integration and source code management, some other things. And so I talked to, and to your question, so, sorry, getting ahead of myself. So I think the dashboard that you shared and linked to in the notes here in this doc needs to include that product pages notation. And here's why. We have topics, which is very awareness level, like, you know, what is CI kind of topic, right? And then we have the use case that says, here's how you use GitLab CI. But what we need is a product type page that says, okay, so GitLab CI does X, Y, Z. Very like, you know, product descriptive. So almost like a page about a specific sweater on an e-commerce site or something like that, right? And so I think I see that as what the stages of the DevOps lifecycle pages are, and what need they fill for that customer journey, somewhere between the awareness and consideration phase. And then as far as, you know, your follow-up question about folder structures, absolutely agree we need to look at this. I had a conversation with William about this related to kind of the overall ideas for the nav and how do we keep that, you know, updated and fresh, and how do we, you know, get as much of our content to the top of our site as possible so that people can easily find all the sections, and learn some interesting things about that area, stages of the DevOps lifecycle. Basically, you know, our stages are unique to us, the way we think about them. And so we have, you know, stages-DevOps lifecycle-verify or /verify, right? So that's where CI lives. So really what we should have is that verify stage have its page that talks about our vision for verify, why we think of verify as its own stage. And then behind verify, we have that continuous integration page. So that's something that William and I talked about. That document's linked here. So yeah, just wanted to record a short video of some of the things that you know, probably need a little bit deeper explanation. So hope that's helpful. Excited about next steps. So let me know how I can help. Thanks.